Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at NVDA, AMD, Tesla, and MU. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, it's free, or click down here in the right-hand bottom corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, if you're looking for a new broker, check out cobratrading.com/promo/StockBookie. Been using these guys for years, best in the business. If you're an active trader looking for a new broker, check out cobratrading.com. You won't be disappointed. All right, so daily chart, NVIDIA. We had almost 7 million on the day. 1.98% down, or $3.90 green. We talked about this pattern, a little bit of a micro bullish pattern, but until it got above these highs and actually stayed, the 198.03, or this big inside bar roughly around 200, that we were just going to chop around and basically build up more pressure for possible more upside. If you're a bull, you still got to recapture the 50 MA, get above the 200, and then go for this gap window, gap fill right around the 210 area, as well as these trend lines in the zone that we were once in before we broke out, broke down, and now we're chopping around in a bearish manner. Still above the 20, still a little bit strong, but a nice pullback today as the market's pulled back a little bit as well. Again, though, bullish pattern here, still chopping around. Let's see if we can hold on to the 20 and this lower trend line, and this one should be fine. If we start getting below this, start getting to this lower pivots, we're definitely going to 160 down here. If this thing pops up, gets above the 204.36, this line, this is the big one, 200, 205, and then 210, and then we'll take it from there. Let's go on the weekly close. It was a nice close today, guys, on the SPY. Pulled back that last candle, that was pretty nice, and we're actually 85 cents down after hours, so that will be interesting. So the weekly close on NVIDIA, same thing, guys. We're still above the 20 MA, still chopping around, but a nice, it had a nice pop and it got right back down, 4 days sideways. Let's see if we can get some more days sideways consolidation and stay in this lower range, and I believe we're setting up for lower prices. So let's wait until the new year, 2018, and we'll go from there. Monthly chart on this one, since it's the monthly close as well. Monthly still okay, but still a little bit stretched from the 20 MA. Price target would be 118.77, but we'll be happy if it pulls to 160, 150, and then go from there, guys. You have a lot of support too around the 145 area, or where it actually had a little topping tail, slowed up, and then boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months straight up. Pretty crazy, but it's NVIDIA, stock of the year. What else would you expect? So guys, if you're long, tighten up the stops. If you're short, just stay short, for I think lower prices are to come in the next month or so, or sooner. We're going to see. All right, let's go into AMD. So AMD down 27 cents, 2.56%, 26 million on the day. So not a bad day, but again, pretty much the same thing other than we closed below the 20 MA now. We're into the gap fill, or actually it closed right at that gap fill. We filled it on this candle, but that's pretty much where we closed it, right at the 1029 area. And let's see if we can continue lower. But remember, we had the pop like this, came in, sideways, down. Sideways, pop like that, down, sideways. I'm thinking lower prices to come. I believe we'll probably test the 10. Then we'll come to this lower guy here around 971, and then we have these low pivots here right around the 948, and then we have a gap fill 863, and then this low pivot here around 831. I still think we could get lower than that, but one step at a time with AMD. In a weak stance again, close below the 20, the 50, and the 200 MA. What can I say, guys? It's just chopping around and just slowly going lower now. So maybe they're waiting for news or waiting for the earnings report next year. But just give us some news, a buyback, something, and make this thing go up. Weekly chart though, still below the 20 and the 50 MA, still up above the 200 MA down here. But like I've been saying, guys, that's usually the target. This will rise as this one continues to chop, but eventually this will be a price $657. Right into this great consolidation. That's the area where I will become a buyer and possibly go long, unless the markets are deteriorating and we're just tanking at that point. It will be a market trade. If the markets sell off and we come down in here with the AMD with being a market trade, the markets get a massive bounce and AMD's down here, you gotta buy this thing. But first steps first, 993, and then the 945, 950 area down here. But nice consolidation. Look at this. This is down, starting to go sideways, a little more bearish. And let's see if we get the retrace. Pretty much here, down, retrace, down, retrace, down. Do we get a retrace into here first and then the next leg? Let's keep an eye on this one going into the new year. This is the weekly close, still okay. A little bit weak stance below the MA on that. Monthly chart still in the great support, right into the 50 and the 20 and the 200 MA. If it cracks through this, guys, we are going to $6, $7. I was saying $8 for a while, but I think it will go lower if we can crack through this. So let's watch for consolidation here, and let's see if this thing sets up for lower prices, or will we get one more retrace, get all the bulls back on, and then flush them out to the lower levels. So again, I will be bullish these stocks, just not now. Tesla. So Tesla, guys, let's go to the daily. Daily chart, 1.27% down, $4 red on the day, and we had 3.76 million shares traded. So it was an alright day, but look, down, sideways, gets the pop, down, starting to go sideways. We're back below the MAs. We're holding tight. We talked about this thing possibly retracing back up. Bulls, you got to get above these MAs, and it's got to get above this area here. I'm going to stick a sloping trend line right there. That will be an area of resistance as well. And let's see if this thing can pop through this thing, or is it going to consolidate and set up for lower prices and to bust right through this area support right around the 305, the 303, and then the 300 even number. If that cracks, you got 295, and then the low here around 292.54. So let's watch for that. It's looking a little bit weak. It couldn't get anything going today. Back below the MAs. Bears, you want to stay below the MAs and chop around in this lower area and start to just slide. That's what you want to see with this one. If it starts to hold up in this and starts to get a minute bounce, then you're probably going to try to recapture these MAs, fill these gaps, stuff like that. But right now, guys, technically, it's a little bit weak. You are down sideways, down sideways. I mean, you popped up here, but you're still on this inside bar, and we'll go to the weekly. I'll show you there. But right now, technically, it's a little bit weak under the MAs, setting up in a bearish manner. Weekly chart. Weekly chart, we're still inside these bars here. So even though we retraced, we never recaptured this one here. This was the big one. Right there. This bar here. So until it gets above, now let's go with the 350 area. This thing's going to be weak, and then, we talked about this on this week that it got above the 20 MA, but I want to see some follow through here before we believe that it could go higher. Instead, like we said, clicked down. What do? Follow through. They closed it below the 750 retrace and this big green bar. So next week, if we close below in this area, 300 or so, we will be going to 246, 240 sooner than later. Let's put it that way. Bulls, got to get back above these like this candle here, break through this slanted trend line, and then continue going. But I want to see more volume too going on the upside. So let's keep an eye on this one. Right now it's a little bit weak, consolidating in this inside bar pattern. Now we got another inside bar pattern going, which is bearish. And let's see if this one continues going. Or I should say next week it's got to close above the 314.50 area. To be a little bit bullish, and needs to get back above the MAs as well. Bears, just hold on. Let's see if this goes sideways. 20 MA curls into price, sends this thing lower. And it could go lower than this, but we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. Monthly chart. Monthly chart, same thing. Still a little bit extended from the 20 MA. Up here it was super extended. That's why it's pulling back. Let's see what happens going into the next month. Right now it's a little bit weak. We had nice bars of follow through here. We did close below this area of what month was that, of August, so that's a little bit weak. Let's see if we just continue going sideways on the monthly and then setting up for that as well. But Tesla, guys, this is a great trading vehicle. Up, down, up, down, up, down. We wrote calls up here, played the decay, made some really good money there. No short position anymore. We went short, we covered. We went short again, we covered. We did it a couple times. We were sitting in this one for a little while, but eventually it paid off, guys. I mean, we got caught up in this guy here, and then boom, right back down. Got paid, shorted again, got paid again, etc., etc. We did it a couple times. It's all on my trading sheet, on my position sheet on my website. So, all right, let's go to MU. So MU, guys, it was down 1.65% or 69 cents red. How many shares traded? 44 million. So the volume was okay, but we were pulling back again still. I want to stick a short-term Fibonacci retrace in here, just to see if we're at the 750. Yeah, we're right there. Look at that. So we stopped right at the 750. That's what's holding this thing up at this point. We are back below the 20 and the 50 MA, so it's a little bit weaker stance. And it was holding this area pretty good. We did fill the gap. Did we fill the gap? I don't know if we out at to measure it, but if we didn't fill the gap here, we've definitely filled it today. That's what they were trying to bounce in and get it back above. But down, sideways, kind of like AMD. Popped up, came right back in. Let's see if this goes sideways, stays below the MAs. If it does, this will be setting up for lower prices. Bulls, you need to get back above the 50 to 20, fill this gap, and start making, making a move on these not the all-time highs, but the bars that are inside this red bar, which are these, needs to get back above that. And this was some pretty good volume on the selling and this push up on the selling. So you got to have more volume than this in here as you're pushing up into these higher pivot areas. You also have a top candle here, this red one, and you have a gap fill right around the 47.97 area. So if it does move up, we did make a higher low here. Now we kind of breached that, so that's a little bit alarming as well. So keep an eye on that too. If we do crack the 75, let's see, the 75 or no 41.15 area, that's a 750 retrace, then you're looking for lower prices to 39.24, and if that breaks, I still think the 200 MA will be the target price, 34.26 or wherever that might be. It could be around 35. I could be a buyer there. We'll have to see how this one goes. Yeah, look, I love that 34.20 with a gap fill, low pivot, and the 200 MA. That will be a good spot for a couple day bounce. Unless the markets are falling apart, then do not touch it. Wait for lower prices. Let's go into the weekly, since it's the weekly close. Weekly close, same thing, great inside bar, nice retrace, brought it right back down. That's exactly what you want to see with this one. We still have great support at 39.77 or the 20 MA, and this low pivot here at 39.24. Again, if that cracks, we will be to 35.34 in no time on a lot of these. These are high flyers. These have been flying. Look at this. Look at this move up here. I mean, that's like the last hoo-ha right there into almost December, and now it's pulling back. Everyone's hopping on. It's MU. Oh my gosh, get in, get in. And then boom, boom, and then one more. Let's see if we continue sideways above the 20 MA. If we do, we'll be building pressure and pressure for more downside action. If this does stay above the 20 MA or kisses it, it could bounce, give you a nice maybe $4 or $5 bounce, nice another retrace, and then the next leg down. So beware of stocks like this who moved up from 27 to 50, almost 100% move in 6 months, guys. That's just unhealthy, period, and that's why we're pulling back here. Let's go into the monthly close. Monthly on this one too, same thing, extended to the hill. Good area, 36.55, looking at the old top again. But if this thing starts coming in, guys, looking at this, you can easily be at 35, 30, somewhere in this area when it's all said and done. If the markets pull back, you can easily be back into the $25 area again. So be careful with these stocks that we're talking about. A lot of them are high flyers, and just play them with the right position so you don't get murdered in these markets, especially if you're long. Just tighten the stops at this point, and let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks. All right, guys, that's it for these four. Again, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, or there might be a circle here, a circle here. And if you want, go to my website, sign up. It's just videos like this, a couple extra things on there too. We're working on that. It'll get better. But or follow me on StockTwits too. That's another one. We've been posting some of these good trades. So, all right, guys, thanks again for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.